welcome back everybody, I'm the Blonde Fox, and today we're going to continue playing some more Genshin Impact. In the last episode, we were making our way through the desert whenever we ran into Alhaitham, and he kind of helped us escape from some guys that were still chasing after us. But then on our way into, further into the desert with him and everything, we were heading to, I forget what town this is, but basically one of the towns, and we ran into Sino, who started attacking Alhaitham, and we tried to get in between him, and it just kept getting into more of a fight, and then Dia showed up. We thought she'd break it up, but then she tried to join in the fight. So then it was all broken up by a sandstorm about to hit us, and Candace called us inside, and basically she made us all talk it out and basically find out that we're all not against each other. We're all kind of on the same side, at least for now, in a sense. So we kind of got that all hammered out, and then she was a little worried because the village chief hasn't come back yet after saying he was going to go check outside after the sandstorm has kind of subsided. And he hasn't come back yet, and we're worried about monsters and stuff, so we're all going to go outside and check to see what's going on outside, and that's pretty much where we left off, I think. So, yeah. Remember to like the video if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Without further ado, let's get right back to it. A lot going on. That was a very brief summary. If you want to know what happened, watch previous episodes, because there is a lot going on. We've got a lot of story that's happened in the last couple of episodes. Ooh, and there's a teleport point right here. Sweet. Thank you very much. Okay, so check the situation out outside the village chief's house. So they're all down here by the statue, which is where we actually keep it. It looks like the sandstorm cleared up, though. It's very clear out all of a sudden. So that's something. There's Candace, and, ooh, some of the wolf guys.
Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Not only is she really strong, her stamina is also something else.
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
I see everything.
I was kind of hoping Dia would have fought with us, oh well. That'd be cool if they ever did that. I don't think, have they ever done that where they've actually had, I know they've done it before where they've given you characters to fight with you in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, oh, here's, you know, you can use this character as a trial character or whatnot. They've done that like multiple times before, that's nothing special. But I wonder if they're ever going to do a thing where, it's like you actually get another character on the field, you know what I mean? Because I don't think they've ever done anything like that.
I see everything.
Kind of like a multiplayer but CPU controlled. I don't know if they would ever do that though. Since there is multiplayer in the game, you know?
Another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
We can do this all day.
Here comes the catch.
Out of my way! Our bond is strong!
Let me read you a verse.
No, my sword!
Easy peasy.
The creatures stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Sorry for all the trouble.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Tainari also brought this up before. Hypatia was also nearly exiled to the desert.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
I'll help too.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
That's why this is a great opportunity to watch him. It'll be fine. Dee and the others are here too.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and clear this out. Okay, so we need to exchange information with Sinos somewhere, so up ahead. Interesting that they're going missing then. So does that mean that Hypatia, she got lucky she didn't get sent here? Like, you know, because she's not going to go missing? Or is she eventually going to go missing too, even though she's not in the desert? And why are they going missing? It says that there's a Dendroculus here? Where at? Oh, it's probably way up there. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. Never mind.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Why do they refer to the Mad Scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, Not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
It must have been Nahida's power. Only she could be capable of that.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story?
That mad scholar's power likely came from Lesser Lord Kusanali. So Lesser Lord Kusanali was actually the one who protected the village. I guess it doesn't matter which option we pick, we'll go with the same one.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise, even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
She also saved me once not long ago. We saved Sumeru, and we'll go with this option. We saved Sumeru City together in the not so distant past.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation.
You betcha.
But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Please help him, Sino.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Okie dokie.
Take it easy.
I love the fact how shocked he was. He was like, wait, Kusanali has been here the whole time and no one, basically everyone just ignores her kind of thing? Like, yeah. Poor Nahida, she's just gone through so much. She's trying her best, guys.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was probably Nahida. She must have sued the other mad scholars as well. From the look on Sino's face, he's probably connected the dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow, thank you so much.
Your grandpa will be found safe and sound.
All right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Dreams, emptiness, and deception completed. Nice. Sweet, and that gives us wishes, right? Sweet, we got wishes and some other cool stuff. Awesome. I'm so glad they started doing that, because it like, there was already incentive to do story stuff because it did already get Primogem stuff and, of course, further to story. But I find this much, like, this is a really good system to have in place because it really gives you more of a, like, every time you complete a quest, you're like, oh, sweet, I completed one. I can't wait to do the next one kind of thing, you know? Not just for story-wise, but, you know, getting items. But anyways, guys, we're going to kind of call this one an early one. We're going to go ahead and end here just before we get into too much stuff because I have a feeling this is probably going to cutscene even more. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of talking to do. But, which that means we are going to do a wish. Sadly, we only have one, but we're not too bad on Primogems. We should be able to get another wish here soon as well. But, okay, guys, we're still pulling for Yaimiko, and I wouldn't mind getting Kirara. That would be so cool. But, okay, guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't going to be anything. Darn. Okay, oh well. Anyways, guys, we are going to go ahead and end here, and in the next one, we'll go and ask the locals to see if they know any information about the disappearing village keepers. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, remember to like it. Comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And remember to subscribe if you want to see more from me in the future. Until next time, see ya!